John in St. Petersburg, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Good day, Bob. I'm calling on behalf of the listeners out here, me not included in that. They everything you say on the radio, they just eat up. They're so gullible. And they just huddle around the radio on weekends as if there's nothing more to life than your show. Well, I can take it or leave it.
Sure, John. John in Seminole, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, Bob. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, I'm not a last kisser, Bob. I don't want to start out there, you know, what a last kisser is. Somebody that's going to call up and tell you they don't agree with you, and then they go listen to you about 5 seconds. Oh, Bob, I agree with everything you say, because I don't do that. But yesterday you were talking about your dog, and you were talking about Lizard's show and the people that called up. But there was a lady called up had something real good to say, Bob, that had that been Reagan, had that been Bush, or anybody else, you would have picked at them to no end.
You have no way of knowing that.
What?
You have utterly no way of knowing that.
Yeah, I know you, Bob.
No, you don't know me. Get off my case. What the hell do you mean you know me?
Well,
what
Bob,
kind of a despicable punk are you to sit out there at your radio, not having the vaguest idea who or what I am, and have the audacity to tell me that you know me?
A ninth grade education, and you talk
Well, it's not a ninth grade education, jerk.
What is it?
None of your damned business. I've told you a number of times.
10th?
Who cares?
Well, I care if you're going to talk politics.
You care. What you care about doesn't count, man, because you're willing to sit there and spout statistics that you don't know are true.
And laugh at you, because yours aren't true either.
Yeah, laugh at mine, baby. Go ahead, laugh at mine, punk.
Just say with your minimum wage. It's you just trying to get the ratings. That's all.
Yeah, right.
That's all it means to you.
Right, sucker. Go for it.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Do you throw it in the garbage can, bury it in the backyard, or put it in the freezer?
What's that?
Your dog.
Neither.
Well, you know, something else. You're so smart. You had Mary when the dog got the ring. You had Mary going through the dog coop looking for the ring. You're so smart, so rich. Why don't you get a metal detector, Bob, instead of having your wife go through the dog coop? You probably kissed her fingers when she was done too, didn't you, Bob?
Any other subhuman pigs out there that want to take me on? Go on, subhuman pigs. What, are you afraid of me? Cowards, huh? 23 the time. In case you're just joining us and wondering what we're doing this hour, no problem. I'd be delighted to bring you up to speed. We are devoting the entire first hour for all of the gutless wonders in the audience who called Liz yesterday wishing for my suicide, wishing for my death, wishing for the breakup of my marriage, etc., 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 to have the courage to confront me in person with that crap. Jim in Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yes, I'm a first-time caller, and but I listen to your program every day. And it seems like when Lassiter and that other guy that's on Sunday, I don't know what his name is, they have different views than you do. And just like right now, the press asked about the National Guard.
Sir, have you called up to, wish me dead?
No.
Then get off my phone. Pay attention to what we're doing here. Joe in Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, Fat Lassiter, how you doing?
Get down to it, Joe.
Was it Freddie Metz that was driving the car that ran over your dog?
Is that about it, Joe?
Yeah.
Great. Let's go to Lou in St. Petersburg. Lou, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Bob, you've got it all turned around. You're the coward, Bob. I apologize for calling you a draft dodger. You're not. You're not a draft dodger. You're a coward. No intestinal fortitude, the lower extremity type. Handgun closet owner. You rag the NRA. You get there and you get on Marion Hammer's case, and you've got a handgun sitting at home. You're so paranoid you can't deal with the guy in the parking lot at the play, Bob. You talk about all these other people's problems. You're the one with problems. And then whenever you get anyone with half an ounce of intelligence who wants to contest what it is you're spewing on the radio, click, you got them cut off, Bob.
Tell you what I'll do. I'll go and see if I can find somebody with half an ounce of intelligence.
Hey,
obviously, I don't have one here. Tony in Tampa.
Bob?
Yeah.
Listen, Tony in Dunedin, you know I'm not calling up the radio because I like it.
Let's go to Peggy in Tampa. Peggy, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi, Bob. I'm a first-time caller, and I just like to ask you a question. Did you thank Liz for doing the show yesterday?
I've not seen her, ma'am.
Oh, well, she did a really good job, and I just wanted to let you know I listen to you all the time, and your program's good.
We're devoting the entire first hour. If you can't get this through your thick little heads, then, hey, such is life. You're wasting your time. To the gutless wonders out there to confront me with their predictions of the demise of my marriage, of my impending suicide, and other such delightful things. Oh, sure, also to cast aspersions at dead dogs. What the hell? Go for it, babies, huh? What, are you afraid? Are you afraid? Aww. Didn't seem to be afraid yesterday with Liz. What's the matter? Carol in Tampa. Carol, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Bob Lassiter?
Go ahead.
Bob Lassiter, I never have been able to call you. I had to call the office. The producer wouldn't let me go through to you. And I wanted to tell you that you're the best.
Let's go to Dan in Tampa momentarily here. Dan in Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Is this a rating sweep this week?
No, there are no sweeps in radio.
Bob here.
There are no sweeps in radio. Let us go to Don in Tampa. Don, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, I'm not afraid. Hello.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you calling everybody subhuman pigs. It takes one to know one, pal.
I wouldn't know about that, sir.
Yes, you would.
Mm-hmm.
You got names for everybody, you know what I mean? Who are you to get on this high horse thinking you're God or somebody?
I don't think I'm God, sir. I don't believe in a personal God. Yeah, every morning.
Yeah, you do. I think you need to look a little harder next time you get up
why
in
is
the
that,
morning,
sir?
you know?
Why is that?
Because
Because
you
what?
come off like you're so arrogant. Like
What am I
you
going to
know
see when I
every
look in the
damn
mirror,
thing.
sir?
What?
What am I going to see when I look in the mirror?
You're going to see a subhuman pig.
Oh.
Just what you're calling yourself. That's what you are. You called everybody in Tampa subhuman pigs.
No, I haven't
You
called
should
everybody
know,
in Tampa,
pal.
sir, subhuman
You
pig. Just
should
people
know.
who deserve it.
You should know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do know.
That's right. You should
Right,
know.
I
Why do
do
you get
know.
on calling people names? Have you looked at yourself? Well, you need to take a look at yourself, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you go somewhere and jerk off?
Mm-hmm. Lori in Zephyr Hills, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hello. I hope you won't hang up on me. I just wanted to call, and I hope that whatever problems you're going through, I hope that everything will work.
Great, glad to hear it. Peter in St. Petersburg, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
How are you talking to Peter?
That's right.
Bob, the only complaint I have about you is you describe Marshall Dukakis as...
Ann in Clearwater, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
This is Ann from Clearwater.
Yeah, I know. That's why I answered the phone by saying Ann in Clearwater, you're on the air.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. But I think that Liz Richards did a real job on you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that she should have continued that for 1 hour to get...
Well, call her up and tell her about it. This show is devoted. This first hour is devoted to those people who would like to see me dead, my marriage come to an end, or delighted that my dog is dead. Glenn in Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hello.
Yeah.
This is Glenn.
I know. Go ahead.
All right.
990-9352, Gutless Wonders, if you're in Hillsborough, or for the Gutless Wonders in Pinellas, 461-9352, 461 WFLA. George, somewhere, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to congratulate you. I think you're doing...
Can't you people understand simple English? I'm not in the least bit interested. Not in the least bit interested in anyone but those Gutless Wonders. So don't waste your time. Don't bother tying up your phone line. You might be getting an important call or something. Because I'm only interested in those subhuman pigs who had the time to call yesterday, but don't have the courage to confront me. Beth in Clearwater, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, don't you know there are leash laws for dogs? Why didn't you have your dog on a leash? Also, you're looking for sympathy. You know, a lot of us have foster pets. You're not the only one that should be sympathized with. In Subhuman Pig, that's Hitler's expression for the Jews.
Kim in St. Petersburg, you're on the air at 970 WFLA. Go ahead. Another one, huh? Such is life. Win some, lose some. You know what I mean? Jim in St. Petersburg, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, I'm one of those gutless wonders. Write this figure down and talk about it for the next hour. They were putting those gutless wonders in hunts down in New Orleans, you know, down in jail, you know, they're being a gutless wonder. And you being one of those fancy guys, they're hiding behind the... am I shut off? Am I on? Can't tell whether I'm on or not. You're the number one manipulator. You know what that means.
Oh, how's that?
And I want to have you talk about it. Take an hour off. Take an hour and then talk about it.
I'll do whatever the hell I want to do on my show, sir.
You're the number one manipulator
how's
in
that?
this area.
How's that?
Talk hosts in this
How
town.
is that, sir? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, sir? Do you know what you mean by it?
That's the closest you can ever come and still stay free.
Uh-huh.
Good luck to you.
Oh, jerks like you running around outside. I'm going to need good luck. And no, sir, I don't need to write it down. Thank you. Kim in Clearwater, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi there. I was always too gutless to ask Fowler for the chili recipe. Can you give us that?
Jim in Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, Bob, you are sarcastic, and the reason you're sarcastic is because you're a typical Jew, a Russian Jew. That's why you're sarcastic. It's typical that you are a Jew, Russian in particular. You there, Bob?
Yeah, I'm here.
You claim that your grandparents are Catholic. For your information, the Russians are Orthodox. They're not Catholic. You're a lousy liar, you Jew. That's your problem. You got a chip on your shoulder because you're Jew.
Well, wait a second. If all the Russians are Orthodox, how could some of them be Jews?
Pardon me?
I said if all the Russians are Orthodox, how could some of them be Jews? Or hadn't you bothered to think it through that far?
Instead of Catholic, they would be Orthodox. You're a lousy liar. And your grandparents came here at a time when there were pogroms. They are Jewish Russians. That's the type of Russian who fled when your grandparents did.
Oh, when did my grandparents come here?
That's why you're sarcastic.
When did my grandparents come here?
At the beginning of the century, during the pogroms. They're obviously Russian Jews.
What years did they come here?
Probably 1915.
Probably. Oh, I see.
Yes, judging from your age, they would have to be approximately 1915 when they came here. Beginning of the century when the pogroms were going on. And there aren't Catholic Russians that come here. No way, Bob. You're a bad liar. You got to check out your alibis before you start telling people that you're Catholic.
Yeah.
That's bull. Perhaps they sent you to
So what if I was Jewish?
Pardon?
What if I was
That's why
Jewish?
you're so sarcastic.
Oh.
Typical. You're a typical Jew.
I see.
All the Jews are like that. Look at Milton Berle. All
Are you a typical wasp, sir?
You're sarcastic.
Are you a typical wasp, making it up as you go along?
You're the one who's a lousy liar. You're the one who's got caught.
Oh, really? When did I get
Russian. You're Catholic Russian. My eye.
When did I get caught?
Lying that you're Catholic Russian. That's a joke. You gotta check it out. The Russians are Orthodox. If you just said Orthodox, I maybe wouldn't let you go.
I thought the Russians were Jews. Which is it?
They're Orthodox with a minority of Jews.
With a minority of Jews.
Yes, who came here when your grandparents did. Don't try to deny it. You don't want the people to realize it because you have such a bad reputation.
About the worst thing you can possibly think of is being Jewish, isn't it?
Pardon me?
About the worst thing you can possibly think of is being Jewish, isn't it?
It explains your attitude, the way you are.
Oh, I see.
Your bitingness, the way you treat people. Is typical.
Yeah.
And you're a lousy liar.
Well, you know what? I treat people like people. I treat scum like scum. Mark in Clearwater, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah.
How many people listen to you?
Quite a few.
How many are subhuman pigs and gutless wonders?
I don't know. That's what we're going to find out this hour.
How many, Bob? How many, Bob?
I just answered you, jerk.
Hey, I wish that I could have been raised by a single-parent alcoholic and dropped out of school in the 8th grade. I might be doing good like you, too, huh?
She wasn't an alcoholic.
I hope Mary's kicking some of that money away, so when you do go, she at least got something to carry on for.
Uh-huh.
Can we be there? Will you let us know when you're going to do it?
Uh-huh.
How are you going to do it? Razor blades?
Oh, you just have to wait and see.
I'd like to know.
I'll bet you would.
I'd like to see it.
What a frustrated little pig you must be, huh?
Little. At least I'm little. How big are you, Bob? You want a pizza today? You want a couple pizzas?
Yeah, maybe I would. Why don't you send some over?
How do you get your pizza, with Twinkies?
No, I don't. I don't
You're
like Twinkies.
Fat, slob, subhuman pig, Lassiter.
Yeah.
I ain't no last kisser, though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I bet you got a big one to kiss, don't you, Mary? That's what she probably getting tired. What happened down in Miami with your ex-wife when you killed the baby?
That wasn't that wife, wasn't that location.
Oh, you killed it, though, didn't you?
No, I didn't kill any babies.
And you talked to the lady from the NRA, and you sit there you're talking about the FBI statistics, and you said, well, an educational guess. You take a lot of freedom with the word educational for an 8th grade dropout, don't you, Bob?
Well, first of all, it wasn't 8th grade. It was the 11th grade. And secondly, it was she who brought up the FBI statistics, and it was she who concurred that they were educated guesses, because it was she who said the FBI did not have precise numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, punk.
If your terminal went out, you'd be lost. You're lost now.
I don't have a computer terminal in here.
You're lost now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, go back to talking about blacks and whites. That's what you made you over at PLP. Now you're trying to get politics.
No, it wasn't what made me over at PLP. You know what made me over at PLP?
That's what made
it was having guys like you on.
That's what made you.
Yeah, I know you made me, man. You made me. You and other ignorant pigs like you made me.
Hey, ignorance draws ignorance, doesn't it, Bob?
No, it doesn't.
I'm a gutless wonder, Bob. I've called y'all several times, trying, because I'm doing sociology, journalism stuff, to meet you in person. I've always chickened out, or just come down to watch the show. And I've never even got a return call from you about coming down and helping, you're watching or playing Gopher or whatever. So I wonder really who is the gutless wonder, if we both are. And the Hot Seat show, I saw you...
Well, first of all, I've never received any communications from you along those lines, or from anyone else, by the way.
Well,
yeah, well, whatever.
The Hot Seat show, you were shaking, Bob. They were showing close-ups of your watch and your hair, and I was really surprised. You know, when they people actually got a chance to see you in person, you just kind of clammed up. I didn't expect that.
Uh-huh.
And today is just another good example. I didn't call on a Bob Bash day. I'd never call on a Kiss Bob Butt day. But you're doing it again today. You're manipulating people. I know that's what you get off on. It gives you a sense of power to be able to have one day people calling you in and saying, oh, Bob's this and that. And the next day, them brown-nosing you. And I know that's what you get off on.
Right.
And you watch out. Just watch out, Bob. Remember what you said about competition?
Yeah, what about it?
Sooner or later, you're going to screw up.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Another person's going to step in.
Yeah.
And I noticed a big change in your attitude when they showed that movie on network TV of Tom Selleck, and he was playing the jewel thief, and the name of the movie was Lassiter.
Uh-huh.
And you had a whole change of attitude like that.
Really? I've never seen it.
Well,
yeah.
I'm waiting, Bob.
Boo-hoo, the mutt got rolled. And you can't give the mutt a blowjob no more, can you, Bob? I've made my point, Bob. Your silence makes your point.
That's right. Off we go to Ed in Port Richey. Ed, you're on the air at 970 WFLA. Aw, pity poo, Ed. Couldn't wait. Gene in Dunedin, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, I want to know, if you were so crazy about your damn dog, what was it running out for? Also, now you've caused Freddie Mertz to be fired.
No, I haven't, ma'am.
Oh, yes, you did. And
no, I didn't, ma'am.
Caused,
by the way, he wasn't
Jack Wheeler
fired.
to be fired. Jack...
ma'am, I didn't even work there when Wheeler was fired. Ma'am, I didn't work there when Wheeler was fired.
I don't
I've been
give
gone
a damn
for
word. That's all you are.
How many grandchildren do you have?
I got lots of them. I'm sure glad you aren't one of them.
How many?
Hey, well, your wife sure must have been hard up when she married you to get a man. She didn't get a man. She got a tub of shit.
Mike in Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
I think you're a dirtbag.
No, why's that?
A scum-sucking dog.
Why's that, Mike?
Because I just think that you're a gutless wonder.
Can't exactly put it into words, huh?
Yeah, I can put it into words.
Well, then why don't you favor us with some?
There's so many words I can't come to mind right now.
Yeah, I'm sure there are.
I think you're
like all of them.
Incredibly insensitive to all the needs of American people. And I think you're a typical example of what a true gutless wonder really is. You're the epitome of a dog-sucking epitome of a gutless wonder.
Is that about it?
I could go on for hours.
Go ahead,
man. You don't want to take on
Go ahead.
Time.
Go ahead.
But
go ahead.
I've got other things to do now.
Oh.
Smack my breath.
Paul in Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Is this Paul?
Go ahead.
Mr. Lassiter, I hope I'm on the air. I've got a very bad connection here, and I'm standing at a payphone. Me calling you today goes against everything that I stand for, all my principles. I swore to myself that I would never call you, and I have broken that. I didn't think your shows could get any more absurd and ridiculous until the last few minutes of your show yesterday. I was appalled. You crying over a lost dog like it was a human being with a soul. Be that as it may, you said to an earlier caller...
Sir, I couldn't possibly cry over a human being with a soul because I don't believe that human beings have souls.
Well, that's your problem. That's not
well, then
my
don't,
problem.
Then don't say I cried over it like a human being who had a soul.
That's your problem. The other thing, you said to an earlier caller that the people calling your show makes you. That's one of the reasons why I swore to myself I'd never call, but I couldn't pass up this opportunity. Aside from you being one of the rudest and most ignorant people that I have ever heard in my whole entire life.
Would you care to give the audience a demonstration of some of my ignorance?
Second...
Would you care to give the audience a demonstration of some of my ignorance?
Just your whole being.
Oh, just my whole being.
The microphone. You get people face to face with you, and you fall apart.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. And
would you like to come in and confront me face to face, sir, and do an hour with me?
One of your
Would you like to come in and confront me, sir, face to face, and do an hour with me, and demonstrate to the audience my ignorance?
I'll be very happy to do an hour with you.
When can you come in?
My name and address. You can call me, but I don't.
I'll put you on hold, sir. My producer will get your name and address, and we'll schedule you at your earliest.
Can I finish saying what I was going to say before?
You can say it during the hour that you're in here, confronting me face to face, sir. I'll put you on hold. My producer will get your name and phone number, and we will schedule you at your earliest convenience. Linda in Tampa. Linda, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
I think you are terrible. You should be ashamed of yourself for what you are doing.
What am I doing, ma'am, that I should be ashamed of?
Their whole thing. You said...
What am I doing specifically?
No, wait a minute. Let me talk. You talk on and on. You talk...
That's right, ma'am. It's my show.
You are constantly misleading the public about Dukakis and everything else. The man is a sick, perverted man, just like you. You only are sticking up for him because his wife is Jewish, just like you.
Ma'am, I have said I do not like Michael Dukakis.
Yes, you said a couple of days ago that the reason why he only left a $6 million debt in Massachusetts. Well, you said it's because, other cities and states have other bigger deficits.
No, I didn't say that at all, ma'am.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't, ma'am. That would have been an absolutely absurd thing to say.
You can't compare Boston to Los Angeles. There's two different cities right there. And all the cities combined
I'm aware they're two different cities, yes.
You are
very well read.
Constantly misleading the public to do everything your way. And I don't believe it. You are swaying people, and you are lying to people. You should be ashamed of yourself. Your dog, I'm glad it got run over or whatever because I can't stand dogs. They shit all over everything. Cats are the best animals in the world. Goodbye.
Goodbye, ma'am. Joe in Temple Terrace, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, Bob, I promised myself I'd never call you because I do dislike you vehemently, but I have to apologize to these people.
We'll go off to Paul in Tampa, who hopefully will understand what we're all about today. Paul, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, this is the Paul you put on hold so your producer could pick up and get my name and phone number. What's the matter, Lassiter? Are you afraid to do it?
Not at all. He hasn't gotten around to it. We'll put you back on hold. We'll see who's really afraid. Jeff in St. Petersburg. Jeff, you're on the air at 970 WFLA. Get Paul Line 5 is phone number and name. Go ahead, Jeff.
I see you as a similar figure in history. How about Elvis? Give me more pizzas. Hey, Mary, pick me up some glazed donuts on the way home, too. I see your death coming as an OD as you drink your vodka in your plush home, as you probably gave your dog, and it just went cuckoo running out the door. That's the way I see you ending up, Bob.
Is that about it?
No. See you.
Ernie in Tampa. Ernie, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, yeah, Bob, I saw you on the show with Richie. On the show that you were on not too long ago. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I saw you sitting there in the chair. You were making Google eyes at that big, strong guy. Yeah, you liked him, huh?
Is that of some particular interest to you? You looking for a date?
Huh? No, I don't want to date with you. I just said, another thing I wanted to tell you real quick there. Did you ever see the thing there on the death of Elvis?
No.
Well, there's a little picture there that shows Elvis.
Yeah.
Bald and with a beard.
Uh-huh.
Kind of looks like you a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Are you Elvis?
What do you think?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
It's kind of important to you, though, isn't it?
Excuse me?
It's kind of important to you, though, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah. I dream about it at night sometimes.
I'll bet you do.
Yeah. So, are you or aren't you?
Charlie Davis standing by in the WFLA news booth. Charlie, in Temple Terrace, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, this is Joe. We started talking before. I was telling you that I listen to a lot of talk shows. I never called you because listening to the way you respond to callers who don't agree with you, it's just be masochism on my part to call you. Today was kind of an open invitation. I've heard the Steve Canes, the Fowlers, the rest of them throughout Florida. I don't agree with many of them, but they're very rarely rude to a guest unless the caller has initiated the rudeness. Then I'd expect you to retaliate. But you arbitrarily exercise your power of the button there as soon as somebody disagrees with you. The other thing about your dog, I sympathize completely. I know how it feels.
Great, glad to hear that. John in Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Bob.
Yeah.
Hey, I ran over your dog, man.
Really?
Yeah, sorry about that. You want me to give you any money or anything for it?
No.
You want... I got a puppy.
No, because I know that you're a bald-faced liar.
Bob, I did it right on Bayshore, man. I did
Well,
it.
No, that's not where my dog was run
right
over.
off of Bayshore, Bob.
No, it wasn't right off of Bayshore. As a matter of fact, it happened about 250 miles from here.
Come on, Bob. Now you're lying.
Yeah, right.
I was right there when it happened. I'm sorry, Bob. Hey, the bad part was when
Hey, Punk, you didn't listen close enough. It was the dog that lived with my ex-wife. Pat in Clearwater, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, he is a liar. Yeah. I'm the guy that hit the dog. I run him over, and as a matter of fact, you know all these dogs laying along the road? I've been practicing, hoping they were Lassiters. The cats, I practiced on them, but I finally got yours.
Yeah.
The one that I dipped in tar, I thought it was yours.
Makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Oh, boy, I'll tell you. I wish it was you I could dip in tar, but I had to dip that poor dog, and it turned out it wasn't yours anyhow. So, listen, buy another dog, and let him loose, and I'll get... Hey, by the way, can I... All these dents in my car, can I claim that on insurance?
I don't know.
Huh? Could I use you as a reference in case they ask, you know?
I'd be delighted to meet with you.
You know, I know your dog because it has a flat nose. It's just like you. It's a Polish dog because I know you're a Polish Jew. It chases parked cars.
Yeah.
Typical of its owner. Really. So, will you sign a release so I can get my car fixed now?
Sure, why don't you come down here? I'll sign it for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
What we'll do is we'll sign it in blood. We'll scrape some off the front end of my car. Thanks, brother.
Ralph in Tampa. Ralph, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Bobby, baby, you remember me, the sub-Neanderthal pig? You are the worst person I ever had sex with. Your dog was better, but I'm glad he died because he said you were a better lover than me, and I'm jealous. Oh,
you know, frequently people call up and pretend to be gay, but in your particular case, I'm sure that you are. Bob in Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA. Bob's not swift enough to turn his radio down. He'll be catching on any time now.
Hi, Bob.
See, I told you. Yeah, hi, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Uh-huh.
Bob, I'd like to call and talk about your dog.
Yeah?
I'm glad your poor little pup got ran over by this car. And, I wish it was you instead of your dog.
Really?
Yeah. think you're more of a gutless wonder than your dog is. So, Bob, you going to give me some feedback on that? Come on.
Some feedback on what?
On your gutless wonder dog and you.
Oh, what makes my dog a gutless wonder?
Because you're his owner.
Oh. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Carlos in Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, how you doing?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, I'd just like to say to all my friends, how you doing out there, you know? And, my girlfriend. Word, man, you know? Yo, Robert, man, I think you ugly, too, man. Hey, by the way, man, y'all gotta come to Chucho's, man. They give the awesomest haircut in the world, man. Hey, man, I heard you're fat, man. They told me you're ugly and you got a long beard, man.
I don't have a long beard.
You say you look like a hemorrhoid.
Do you spend much time looking at hemorrhoids?
Yeah, somebody told me you drive a Pinto too, man. No, I don't get too much.
Did your friend tell you everything to say?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Oh, it's my first time on the air, so.
Probably your last, too.
Yeah. What? No, man.
¿Qué pasa, mi hermano?
What's up, bro?
Habla con él, man.
So how old are you, man?
How old am I? Are you asking how old I am?
What?
Sí, tú, gordo. ¿Qué pasa, chico?
Dan and Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Guy you had on there was a jerk just now.
Well, let's go to Jerry in Palm Harbor. Jerry, you're on the air at 970 WFLA. Jerry once. Go ahead, Jerry.
Jerry?
Yeah, that's right.
From Palm Harbor?
Wherever.
You know, I listen to you all the time. This smacks to me of a cheap attempt to increase the demographics for the lunatic fringe. Are your demographics down amongst that group of people?
Is that about it?
Well, you can answer that?
Is that about it?
No.